Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? I'm always recommending to people in apology videos, when they just talk to their audience, to reach over and hit record, and reach over and stop it when they're done, you know? I think probably because that's what I do in my vlog channel every day. Where I just share stories of my life and talk about things that are going on with me and TV shows that I'm watching and hanging out with my cousin Caroline at Halloween or Christmas and talk about my mom's passing or recovery or Tanya Jean or my husband Alex and the dog and, you know, sort of just kind of like hang out with my people and talk. So I think that the reason why I give that advice to people is because I feel like that's the most authentic way just to connect with people, you know? It's just to turn it on and just talk. And I'm kind of going through it tonight, in all honesty. And no, this is not an apology video. I don't feel like I have anything to apologize for, if you want to know the truth. And I am not in a position where I am going to change my opinion and come out and apologize for things that I didn't think I did wrong, to appease people, to get subscribers back and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's a little insight as to why a lot of people don't apologize or don't come out and speak about things. Maybe it's because they don't feel like they have done anything wrong. It's interesting. I got some comments on my last video and people said, he literally has to, quote, remain teachable, but it's so ironic because he never remains teachable. And people said things like, you know, he wants to criticize everybody else, but he's not ever willing to take criticism. I think that I've shown on my channel many times, including my video that I posted yesterday, when I led it with an apology for something that I did think that needed to be apologized for and amends made, and to show that I wouldn't do that in the future. I thought it was important enough to talk about. I've never had a problem with that on this channel. Never. And I don't feel like I'm the gatekeeper of that, but that's not something that I witness from many YouTubers, you know? I get a mistake or I say something wrong in a video and somebody points it out to me and I literally turn around the very next video and address it. But yet people want to continue to say these things about me, right? In the last 24 hours, I've been called a woman hater, a misogynist. I've been called things that are not true. I have been accused of putting traditional female stereotypes on somebody because I said that they should go lay out by a pool in Las Vegas, which is interesting because I followed that statement up, which they didn't include, by saying, because that's what I love to do. I love to go lay out by the pool in Las Vegas and have a Diet Coke. I love to lay by the one hotel in Miami and have a grilled cheese and a Diet Coke. I literally said that in my video, right? So they're saying that I'm reducing somebody to traditional female stereotypes, but then I followed it up by saying those are things that I love to do. I identify as male. I use he, him pronouns. And I was like, so I'm confused about this. So are you saying that the things that I enjoy are traditional female stereotypes? Oh, well, okay, that's interesting. I'm like reading through all these comments, and in all honesty, like I wasn't going to say any names in this video, but I'm just going to say the names. Okay, so in all honesty, there have been 3 times on my career on YouTube where I have received a lot of negativity. Okay, there's also this whole, and this isn't going to be a video about me complaining. It really isn't. I'm not going to be rehashing the things from the last few videos. I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm not going to be defending myself. I'm really going to just tell you where I'm at tonight and some big changes and some big decisions that I have that I need to sleep on tonight. I need to pray on and I need to sleep on and really think about. Because I'm really not sure what to do, you know? I went into this standing up for myself era and I felt very empowered and people were very supportive of it until they were unhappy with what I was saying about people that they loved on the internet. It's like, you can stand up for yourself as long as you don't say this. As long as you're not coming for this person, you can stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself all day long. And you know, like, that's the thing. Like, in my life, ever since I was in kindergarten, I had people conditionally love me, and people conditionally tell me when it was okay and not okay to stand up for myself. That's not really how it works. I'm sorry, it just isn't. You can't tell somebody, well, you can stand up for yourself, unless you're talking about this person. Then if you're talking about that person, it's not okay. You can't stand up for yourself anymore. And I take great offense to that. So sit down, take a seat, and shut your mouth, right? And, you know, then when I address comments in my videos, what people say is, you always address negative comments. So I prove that that's not true, which I'm going to read to you in just a second, that I actually read many positive comments over all of my channels. And like on my vlog channel, literally just sit down and read comment after comment after comment. I don't even know if it's negative or positive, and people ask questions, I answer the questions, and I mean, I literally do that like once a month in my vlog, right? And yes, I'm aware that recently I have been addressing more negative comments that have come up on my drama channel. I think the misconception is, and I can understand why people see it this way, that people think that I'm upset about getting the negative comments, so therefore I turn it into a video and I just am so mad that I can't handle that people are making their comments. That's really not what it's about at all, okay? And you can take this for face value, or you can disregard it and think it's not the truth. I don't really care. The reason I make those videos is because people will say things that I think are good topics for discussion, that I think need further explanation from me, or that people, I think, say things to me that are so baffling that I'm very confused by them, so I bring them up and I read them in a video. It's really not deeper than that. It's really not deeper than many of your favorite influencers reading hate comments and laughing at it. You know, and somebody said something to the effect of, I'm going to read this here in a second, that, like, it's interesting how all these other drama commentary channels can, like, shade people and have their opinion, but when it's Peter, it's a completely different story. And that's been the way for a very long time. I've been fully aware of that, right? That's that whole adage of, man, you used to be so kind and gentle, and now you're not that person anymore, right? No, I was a doormat. I was a fucking doormat. And for those of you out there that want to say, no, you weren't. You don't have the right to tell me what I felt like in those moments, okay? When literally every drama commentary channel out there, those of which I've been friends with and am not anymore, those that I'm civil with, I'm pretty much civil with every other drama commentary channel, right? That they were getting away with things that I was never able to say in videos. So I started saying it in videos, and it was literally cut down the middle. 50% of people were like, I'm living for this. I'm loving that Peter's cussing in videos. I'm loving that Peter's standing up for himself. I'm loving that Peter's really sharing his opinion. Just like they had been doing for the last 5 to 7 years, right? All these other drama commentary channels. The other 50% of people were like, I'm not sure I like this. This makes me uncomfortable, right? Like, I really like the gentle teaching Peter, blah, 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 whatever, right? Okay. Well, that gentle Peter, and I understand that people like that. I have 6 other channels. My Peterisms channel will be a great channel for you. I read meditations. I share stories in my life about recovery and grief and things like that. Talk about my mom, talk about marriage therapy, marriage counseling, things like that. I don't ever really get heated on that channel. My vlog might be a great channel for you too. I just literally sit out here and tell stories of my life, or today I sat in front of the computer because it was cold out here. Those might be better channels for you. But, you know, this is a drama commentary channel, and I'm going to share my opinions about what I see going on with pop culture figures. They're not your family. They're not your friends. They're pop culture figures, okay, that make money off of you watching their videos, you buying their products, and you endorsing their products. So, because people say that this was the other thing I was going to say, is that then when I say that that's the reason why I read these comments, then people say, well, you can't handle the criticism, and so you just delete and block people on your channel. I've made it very clear in 2 videos in the last 3 days that I rarely, if ever, delete a comment on my channel unless it is extremely threatening, and in that case, I typically just block you, okay? I don't delete the comment, I just block you. And the only time I really block somebody is if they leave a threatening comment or if they've been offensive in more than one comment. If I see a pattern of somebody just really gunning for me, then that's when I'm like, okay, listen, you're obviously not here because you want to watch my videos. You're literally here to just gun for me in every single video, right? But people that disagree with my comments, or, because I got this comment a lot tonight, that people were like, oh, you just block and delete comments. Now, I don't know who you're watching, okay? I don't know if you're watching a Shane Dawson video. I don't know if you're watching a Rylan Adams video or Jeffree Star or James Charles video, because I watched his palette release launch video today. There's not one negative comment on that video. I don't know whose videos you're watching, but if you go to my comment section of my video, you will see a lot of negative comments on any of my videos, okay? They're not all 100% ass-kissing comments. You will see a lot of comments where people aren't negative, but they disagree with my comments. So, or they disagree with my statements in a video, right? Those comments are still up there from videos 6 years ago. I don't delete comments. Like I said, the only time I delete comments is when I block somebody because they've done it time and time and time again. And what I've realized by looking at their comments, okay, because I remember their names from time to time, is that they're somebody that really has hatred for me. And so they're really gunning for me in every comment, okay? That's really typically the only time. And in all honesty, I can't even tell you the last time that I did that. So, no, I don't. You can go to my comment sections if you want, if you don't believe me, okay? For all of you out there that want to say that I'm deleting comments and blocking people, you can go to the comment section and you can see that there's fair share of people out there that don't agree with me, and there are a lot of negative comments on there. I think that should stand alone to say that I don't delete comments on my channel. I think I need this Diet Coke in my new Christmas cup. Well, not my new one, but I brought it down today. My Christmas cup, because I'm ready for Christmas. So, in my career on YouTube, there have been 3 topics that I have talked about that have brought me a lot of negativity, okay? A lot of people just shredding me. This is where I realize it's not really about what I'm saying, the validity of the truth of what I'm saying, whether I'm just sharing an opinion. It has really nothing to do with that at all, right? It has to do with the person that I'm talking about. And then the people really can't handle it, so they pick something out of my video, so then they aim for that, okay? Now, one of the things they'll say is, I don't even know this person you're talking about, I'm not really a fan of them, but I was really put off by what you're saying. I think I've read enough comments for you guys. For example, that person that came to me in numerous emails that said that they were not a fan of James Charles, that they couldn't stand James Charles, whatever, to turn around and say that they were a super fan of James Charles, okay, and that they dreamt that they were in his walls at night trying to motivate him to come up with creative ideas, and that they were so in love with James Charles, they just wanted a shout out from James Charles and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so I've received other emails like that from people where I have said it's literally super fans, okay, that cannot handle me coming and talking about their favorite person or somebody that they like or somebody that's gotten them through a hard time on YouTube. Therefore, okay, they've got to pick me apart. Have at it, okay? Seriously, have at it. But I'm not going to sit there and allow people to say things about me that are not true, okay? I'm just not. But I'm kind of tired of having to stand up for myself at 51 fucking years old. I really am. You know, like, I sat there tonight and I, like, literally responded to, like, a ton of comments on my videos. And that's something I never do. You know? If I don't respond to comments, people go, Peter never responds to comments. He doesn't read comments. And then when I respond to comments in a video, instead of in a comment section, you guys don't like that. And you say, I only respond to negative comments. When I also read nice comments. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Okay? You guys ask me to talk about somebody that I don't know anything about. When I say I don't want to do that, that's why I only talk about the same 5 people. And then I talk about somebody else that you guys have asked me to talk about that I know nothing about, and I get literally shredded for it. It's like, you're fucked if you do, and you're fucked if you don't. So, and listen, and I know that I'm only speaking to a certain group out there. I would say about 30% of the people that watch my videos. I know that the other 70% of you out there, or 60%, I'd say there's 10% that just don't really carry their way. They just watch my videos for entertainment. And then the other 60%, I would say, are pretty fair-minded people that are just like, hey, yeah, like, I'm here for whatever Peter has to talk about, and sometimes you agree with me, sometimes you don't, sometimes you're supportive of me, sometimes you're not, and that's cool, right? Like, that's the world we live in. That's called the real world, right? So, I, I'm like thinking about whether or not I should say this, but I'm like, this is just real talk, so I'm gonna say it. You know, like somebody commented, and I commented about them. I read their comment in my video earlier, and then left me a very nice comment on my video tonight, addressing what I had said in the video. It was very nice, right? But they had said in their original comment that they had a parasocial relationship with me and they saw me as a friend. As much as I appreciate that, I think that when we have parasocial relationships with internet people, okay, whether it's just me making videos, whether it's an internet celebrity, whether it's a public figure, whatever, I think that lends to putting those people on a pedestal that they can do no wrong, or that they're not going to have real emotional feelings, or that they're not going to think a certain way about things or whatever. Like, listen, folks, okay? And I think that this is part of why people see me as a friend, or they're like, wow, like I relate to you, whatever, or they're like, I mean, I get so many comments from people, it's really nice, or like, I wish I was your neighbor, I wish I was your friend, right? Because y'all see me talk to my neighbors. You see me talk about my friends. You see me drink a Diet Coke on the front porch at 1 o'clock in the morning. You hear me talk about TV shows and movies that I watch, you know? I think you guys really do realize I'm just a normal guy that lives in Indiana with my husband and my dog, and I just do normal people things. I'm not one of these fancy influencers out there, you know? The 3 times in my career on YouTube that I've really gotten a huge backlash was, number 1, when I talked about Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star and the series that they did and their collaboration. That was the first time. That was pretty bad. The second time was talking about Raw Beauty Kristi. Because I think originally, and then it kind of changed, because she didn't come out and speak about it, people really just could not handle hearing something negative about Kristi, because, like myself, people really liked Kristi. And so I think they were surprised by what I was saying in the video. I totally get that, right? Like, I totally get it. The backlash for that was bad, but it wasn't as bad as the Shane Dawson and Jeffree thing. I mean, I literally had thousands of people unfollow and what, and like, listen, hey, as much as I appreciate it, if I see the comment, I usually respond to it and I say, hey, thanks for sticking around as long as you did. I hope you find happiness in another channel. I really, honestly, that's how I feel, right? I mean, I've outgrown other channels before that I don't watch anymore. You know what people will say, like, I think what kills me is when people say, like, I have to unfollow your channel because of this, and then 2 paragraphs, and then they comment 2 days later in another video. I'm like, I want to say, I thought you left, but I don't want to sound nasty, right? And if I say that, then people will say, see, you're so nasty to your audience. There's no right or wrong. You can't win, right? But you announced 2 days ago to the airport that you were leaving. Just leave, okay? I don't know that you even need to leave a comment about that. I don't know what you're wanting me to hear from that. I don't know if you're wanting me to hear that you're so disappointed in me that you have to leave. I've stopped watching a lot of people's channels for one reason or the other. Some because they said something or did something that I couldn't support anymore. One because of, you know, I just was bored of their content. It just wasn't interesting to me anymore. One maybe because I forgot that they were even posting anymore. I mean, it's not that deep, you guys. It's the internet, okay? I'm not that deep. I'm just a YouTuber, you know? I'm blessed enough that this is what I get to call my career. I get to get up every day and do something that I absolutely love. I appreciate you watching my videos more than you will ever know, okay? Literally more than you ever know. And one of the reasons why it's important for me to say that is because I very rarely ever hear any other influencer say it to their audience. And as an audience member of a lot of those influencers, sometimes I'm like, do they take me for granted that I sit here and I spend so much time watching their videos? So I don't want you to ever think that I take you for granted, because I don't. It means a lot to me. And if you have to choose to unfollow my channel, that makes me sad. It really does. Because it's something that I said. I'm not going to get bitter about it. I'm not going to get nasty about it. It makes me sad. That because of my presentation or how I come across in a video or because of something I said, that you feel that you need to leave my channel. As sad as it makes me, I'm not mad at you about it. I understand. I appreciate you sticking around as long as you did. I really do. It means a lot to me. I don't want my audience members to be unhappy watching my channels. The things I talk about on here is to share my life, is to share my opinion. And the majority of it on this channel is for entertainment. And I'm thinking that maybe I need to get back to more of that, right? And so that's a lot of what I've been thinking about tonight. And I think that probably one of the questions that I'm asking myself will probably surprise you guys a little bit. So, and I'm also thinking this is going to be a longer video than I thought it was going to be, since I'm I'm at 19 and a half minutes and I haven't really even gotten to the point yet. But yeah, like if you need to unfollow me or whatever, like hey, I appreciate you leaving a comment letting me know. I want you to know, like, that's not going to change how I do things. Like, those are not the comments that make me change how I do things. Those are the comments that make me say, wow, like, I'm really sad that this person has to leave watching my videos. I wish them the best. I hope they find something that makes them happier. I really do, you know? If my tone on this channel is upsetting to you, I have 6 other channels. If those channels are not what you want to watch, go find somebody else. I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. I don't want anybody to feel like they're, you know, held here against their will. Like, that's not anything that I want, right? So if things that I'm saying in my videos you can't handle, or you think that my presentation is off-putting or whatever, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, then I understand that you need to leave my channel. I don't know what the need is to announce it, I guess. Like, and I don't know if that's your need to be heard. And I appreciate that. If you need to leave a comment, that's fine. But I just want you to know, if you're leaving the comment because you think that's going to change something about me, that's not, okay? I've had a lot of other people that have left my life and have never given a reason, okay? And I, in retrospect, didn't need a reason from them. I figured it out on my own, and I realized that, you know, for better or for worse, reason, season, or a lifetime, hey, I'm glad for the time that we had. And that's truly how I feel. That's truly how I feel, okay? People say I'm very aggressive in videos, so I'm just trying to give you the real me tonight, okay? So, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, I got a lot of backlash off of that, which is interesting because so many people unsubscribed to me, and then 2 years later, what they were upset about, of me saying it as a cash grab, so many people came out and said it was a cash grab. I've said this in a million videos. I don't need to repeat it, but I'm going to. And then so many people came out and said it was a cash grab, then everybody was like, yeah, it was a cash grab. I have to tell you, I can probably count on one hand. And I'm very appreciative for the 5 people that did, if that said to me, because I've mentioned this in other videos, like I was looking at the weather, it's 31 degrees, it's so cold. For the people that have said, because I've said it in videos, that nobody came back to me and said, hey, I'm really sorry that I unfollowed you, and said that I was disappointed in you. But I think out of thousands of people that I lost as a subscriber at that point, for 4 or 5 people to come back and say, I mean, I literally, you know, like, I am held to such a high standard of accountability as a drama commentary channel, but literally there are viewers out there that don't hold themselves to the same standard. Or I would be inundated, okay? I would be inundated with Shane Dawson's cancellation and other things that have come out, with people coming to me and being like, you were right, Peter, and I'm really sorry that I judged you so quickly. Those are the things you want me to say in videos, but I don't ever receive that in return, okay? But you know what? That goes along with it. I get it. I'm a drama commentary channel. So, I get it. I totally understand it. The third thing, and boy, did I have no idea what I was putting myself into, okay? Was when so many people came to ask me about the Rosanna Pansino and Mr. Beast situation. I had no idea, other than what I read on Twitter. I heard that she was on some podcast. I didn't watch the podcast. So many people asked me my opinion about it, okay? Hand to God, the only, which for me is very important because I'm a very spiritual person, the only time and reason that I had ever heard of Rosanna Pansino before that was not because of her baking show or her accomplishments or all this other kind of stuff, okay? The only time I'd ever heard of her was in association with Colleen Ballinger. Now, when I tell you that people ask me to talk about stuff a lot, I'm talking about 20 to 40. Like, James Charles, I'll probably wake up tomorrow and people will be like, did you see that he launched his new palette? I'll get like 20, 30 maybe, right? Trisha Paytas saying something in a podcast, 40 maybe DMs, okay? In the past 3 months, I bet I've gotten, I'm not making this up, I'm not exaggerating, I'm trying to give a good assumption of it, 300 to 500 DMs about Rosanna Pansino and her relationship with Colleen Ballinger, period. That's how I knew her, okay? So going into any video that I was going to make about Rosanna Pansino, my focus was going to be on her relationship with Colleen Ballinger. You know, somebody said to me today that I just floated over the Mr. Beast thing and I put it down to this. No, I most certainly didn't. I watched that video back twice. I said several times it was horrific and that it should be addressed and he needed to be held accountable. Yes, but then you came out and said over a game of hide and seek. No, I said I didn't understand why she was getting upset about a game over hide and seek. If it was because he was being sexist and misogynist, that was serious and that was important, and she needed to address it, and he needed to come out and address it. And if I were Mr. Beast, I would come out and address that. That's what I said. I'm so tired at this point of people wanting me to get specific things that people say in videos absolutely 100% right, but literally in the comment sections of my own videos that you guys are watching while you're commenting, you're taking my words and you're twisting it around. It's bullshit and I'm tired of it, okay? And I'm thinking that I maybe need to change my stance on deleting comments, because if you're going to leave some ignorance over there and say I said something that I didn't say, and people are going to read the comments and they're going to be coerced to think that that's what I said in my video, and then their mind's going to be set to that, and they're going to watch that same video, which is really what I think happened, okay? I think that a lot of people watched this video and started reading the comments, and then they thought that they heard me say something I didn't say. Because I watched the video twice, and I know what I said and I know what I didn't say. And there are still people in my video from today saying I said the things I never said in my video. I literally asked people in the comment sections of my video tonight, where and when did I say this in the video, because I know I didn't say it. I watched it twice. And yet people are still leaving these comments. And then there are people that are like, Peter, you're dealing with Rosanna Pansino super fans. And I knew it. I knew that all along. Right? So why am I allowing myself to get frustrated over it? I'm allowing myself to get frustrated over it because it's this. Because Rosanna Pansino is seen as a nice person, okay? She should be held to a different standard than anybody else that I talk about on my channel. I have literally talked about so many people, okay, on my channel, and said worse things than I said about her. Nobody had an issue about it. But as soon as I say it about her, I'm a woman hater, I'm a misogynist, I mean, I'm all these horrible things, right? Nobody's ever said that about me in 7 years of being on this channel before. Nobody. I do take great offense to that. And if it were true, and if people could point me to facts that I said in a video, other than the fact that I just didn't understand why she was going to Super Nintendo World, people were like, well, you were making fun of her interest in video games. No, I was talking about an amusement park. I wasn't talking about video games. You cannot find a place in the video. Somebody said, well, you were laughing mockingly and said, did she have a video game channel? What? I said something to the effect of, does she have a video game channel? People are like, I'm like, oh, does she have a video game? That did not happen. That never happened in the video. I watched it back. I never made one comment. People are like, you are making fun of her hobbies and her interests. I am. I'm not even sure that she's super interested in going to amusement parks. She did one video of going to Super Nintendo World, of which I said was for views. A lot of people are like, why do you have an issue with somebody that does videos that are for views? Doesn't everybody do for videos for views? Yeah, everybody does for videos for views. I say that all the time. That anybody that tells you that they don't is full of bullshit. Absolutely, 100%. What I don't like is when every single one of your videos is an attempt to get trending, okay? Because then to me, it becomes very much like a business model. Like, I have a brand I have to protect. I'm trying to hit a certain amount of views, make a certain amount of money. I don't like that. I think it's disingenuous. When I watched YouTube 10 years ago, and when I was attracted to watching YouTubers, okay, I was watching people that were sitting in their kitchen talking with their grandma. I was sitting watching people that were doing stuff around their apartments and things like that, just having conversations with their camera. I was watching Glozell Green, who has disappointed me greatly, okay, by her support of people, read Kesha lyrics on a computer and laughing and being genuine, just reading through them, not scripted, just naturally talented humor, okay? What I don't like is when you go to somebody's channel, personally, y'all can like it all you want, and you guys are like, isn't that what a lot of YouTubers do? Yeah, and I think they're all bullshit if you want to know the truth. I think the jump, and I've said this in many other videos. It's not like this is the first video I've ever said it in. I think the jump cut bullshit, it's too much for YouTube. With the synchronized the music and the perfect edits, I don't edit. Is it surprising to you guys that I feel that way when I don't edit any of my videos? Like, I literally started this video and started it, and I'm gonna stop it. Does it surprise you that I am not interested in highly edited videos? Highly edited videos, to me, say that you have no personality to back up your talent, okay? And I'm not saying that I'm super talented. I'm just sharing who I am on camera. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't, right? But when you go through and every single one of your videos is like this big topic or that trending topic or this trending topic, what that says to me, okay, like Shane Dawson changing his thumbnails 200 times and his titles 200 times, is that you do not believe in the merit of your own talent. Therefore, you have to do something contrived to boost the views, okay? For example, somebody commented and said, well, Peter, like, I found you through your Peter review stuff. Like, you review a lot of food. How is that any different than Rosanna Pansino? I'm not doing a video. It stopped. I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory and ordering everything off the Cheesecake Factory menu, okay? That's new. I'm not going to a restaurant that just put out a brand new menu and ordering everything off their menu. I'm literally ordering shit off of Amazon that's pumpkin spice. I literally did a review of root beer that I found at the flower nursery up the street. Y'all think I'm doing those videos for like major views? I'm doing it because I love to do those videos. I love root beer. I literally sat here and did baked goods from my favorite restaurant that we go to for brunch. Who do you think in the United States has heard of that restaurant? I literally did that because I love that restaurant. I love their baked goods. For me, it's about the passion. You think I sit in a chair every single day for an hour and talk to a camera? And this is almost the end of my 7th year of doing it, talking about childhood memories and what's happened during my day and what we did last night for Halloween. And you think I do that because I'm trying to get the trendy views? I do that because I'm so fucking passionate about making YouTube videos. I don't really care what I talk about, okay? Period. End of story. I got a booktube channel. You guys, I have a Peterisms channel where I read meditations and I talk about things I've learned in my life. The other day I did a video about how to start your day over. I think you guys, a lot of you think this is my only channel. I literally dedicate just as much time to those channels as I do to this. I'm not getting 30,000 views on a vlog. I'm getting 3,000 views, maybe. On my Peterisms channel, that I make videos on almost every day, I get maybe 500 views. 500 views. So, do I take issue with somebody that every one of their videos is a trending topic? Yeah, because what I think they're saying is, it's not about the passion to me anymore. I don't really care. It's really just about the fucking views. So when people say to me, doesn't everybody do it for the views? We all do it because we want people to watch our videos. But are you trying to do it for the most views, to get in the algorithm, to get to the top, to make the most money? Then I feel like you've kind of lost sight of what you're doing this for, you know? For example, I was talking to my cousin because her son loves colognes. And I said to him last night, he would not shut up about colognes. He loves colognes. He's 22, right? And he's talking about where to put it on your body and what scents he likes. And he's asking me what I wear. And I'm sharing with him my colognes. And I ended up giving him this Terry Mugler Heirloom because I don't like it. It doesn't smell good on me. And he was so excited about it. So I sent it home with my cousin today and stuff like that. And I said to Caroline, I said, he would be really great with like a TikTok or a YouTube channel talking about, talking about colognes. And she was like, well, like, how long did it, take you to get a following and stuff? And I said, Caroline, I never even really thought about that, if you want to know the truth. I just one day was like, oh, damn, like, I'm blessed enough to have this as a career. I said, are you talking about sustainable income? Yeah, like, that took a while. But, like, the day I woke up and that was true, like, I was like, damn, like, this is cool, Like, I get to get up every single day and make videos on several channels talking about stuff that I love. And I get to pay my bills with that? Like, that's fucking amazing, right? I go, but no. When I started in 2016, May 11th, yes, I remember the exact day that I started my booktube channel. I sat in my chair in there. And I had no clue what I was doing. But I loved booktube so much that I could not be part of it. I could not be part of it. Just did a video today on my booktube channel announcing huge changes with my book clubs. I have 2 book clubs. Did you know that? I have a true crime book club that I run with my good Judy Mel. Hey, Mel. And I have Peter's book club, which is pretty much devoted to cozy mysteries, which a lot of people make fun of me for. I don't get upset about that. People don't get so upset about Disney and Super Nintendo World. You know how many people make fun of me for liking cozy mysteries? Do you know who likes cozy mysteries? 80-year-old women, okay? I'm a 50-year-old man. I love cozy mysteries. I love them. People make fun of me for them. I'm like, but hey, you do you. Read what you want to read. I love the cozy mysteries. I don't take offense to that at all. People will get so bent out of shape about something that I said about a fucking amusement park. Are you kidding me? And then I say people are too sensitive and people go, playing into that stereotype again. And what? Do you know how many people have called me sensitive in my life? Seriously? Do you know how many people in my life have called me sensitive and used it as an insult? I wasn't using it as an insult. I was using it as the truth, okay? If I can have literal friends of mine make fun of me, like my best friend laughing at my love of Cozy Mysteries, which I've tried to get her to read, and she's like, I ain't reading that shit. But I just laugh it off. We all like what we like. And you get so offended that you have to unsubscribe to my channel because I make a comment about amusement park, and you are so offended by that, and then you read even further into that and say that I'm a misogynist because I said that about her video. Like, seriously? And then you're upset because I told Rosanna Pansino in my video to get fucked, when I've literally told every influencer that I've talked about in the last 3 months to get fucked in my videos. It's my thing that I say now in my videos. Literally, people say it to me on Twitter. Somebody just said to me on Twitter about Halloween, about Christmas starting today. They said, Peter, you can get fucked with that. I think it's funny. People have asked for merch that says get fucked. But I say in the video about Rosanna Pansino, and literally people come out of their skin. I cannot believe that you told Rosanna Pansino to get fucked. This is just super fandom of stuff that I talk about. Then I say super fans, people go, that's not super fans, what are you talking about? I literally fucking live it, you guys. I live it, okay? And the reality is that people aren't really upset about all this kind of stuff with the Rosanna Pansino, all this kind of stuff. People are really upset that I'm calling Rosanna Pansino out for not speaking about Colleen Ballinger. That's what I want to talk about. So, she's the third one in the list of Christy, Shane, and Jeffrey, and Rosanna. I have gotten so much backlash off of talking about her. I don't think I'll probably, I don't know. I might turn around tomorrow and talk about her in a video, because like I've said, I'm the biggest hypocrite on YouTube. I've said it. You can fact check that. So I might turn around and talk about her. But as of tonight, at 1:27 a.m., I got no plans about talking about that girl ever again. I could fucking care less. I don't know her. I don't know nothing about her. Okay? Y'all asked me my opinion based on some tweets that I saw. Like, you were sending me the tweets. What do you think about this? Sending me the tweets. Copies of the tweets. Linking me the tweets. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What? I don't think a lot. I don't think highly of Mr. Beast, and I don't think highly of Rosanna Pansino. Mr. Beast supports James Charles. He follows him on Instagram. And Rosanna Pansino was a good friend of Colleen Ballinger's. People are like, I didn't even know she did Colleen Ballinger. Just search on YouTube, Colleen Ballinger and Rosanna Pansino. Many videos will come up. People are like, I loved Rosanna Pansino for years. I didn't know that she knew Colleen Ballinger. Are you kidding me? Seriously? I mean, it literally took me less than 3 minutes to search it up and find pictures of her at Joy Ann Daniels' Christmas parties with Colleen, and pictures of her at Colleen's birthday party. Videos on her channel with Colleen. Videos on her channel with Miranda Sings. But you guys didn't know that she was friends with Colleen Ballinger? Has she never mentioned it in a video? When she was going to the Haters Back Off premiere and she was doing... I mean, seriously? Okay. So anyway, it took me 3 minutes to find. But needless to say, I won't be talking about her again. I'm kind of at a point where... I need to make some serious decisions. In all honesty. Because I read these comments tonight and I thought, this is not what I signed up for over somebody that I don't even know. You know, and now I got these people saying to me, like, this is what kills me, right? Is I'll say something in a video like, well, so-and-so follows James Charles, or so-and-so has done 15 videos with him, and went to his launch and whatever. And then somebody will say, are you going to unfollow this person? Are you going to unfollow that person? And I'm like, okay, wait a second, okay? So, you're expecting more out of me than you're expecting these people that actually did projects with James Charles? Can you make that make sense for me? Oh, no, you're such a James Charles protector that's your go-to with it, right? Okay. Well, I'm tired of it. And I'll be honest with you right now. I know now why the James Charles victims never came out and spoke. Okay? One of them, I think, did. But I didn't really fully ever come out and do anything about it. I feel for the victims of Colleen Ballinger. Not only for what they went through, but for what they have had to live. Because if this is what I get off of making one video about Rosanna Pansino, I cannot even begin to imagine I cannot even begin to imagine, okay, what they have had to go through, what their families have had to go through, what their friends have had to go through, okay? All of them. By sharing their stories publicly, by whatever member of the Ballinger family they were affected by. And yes, I do believe that the friends that haven't come out and spoke, everything, you know what was so interesting to me? Was I got all these comments on my video today that I did, okay? I got all these comments that people come out and say, well, what you did say in your video was, I'm like, nope, didn't say that in my video. I watched my video back twice. Well, what you did say was, you did say that, no, never said that in my video. Sorry, I watched it back twice. I know what I fucking said in my video. But you know what nobody commented on? Was the fact that I said, I think I got one comment about this, okay? Was the fact that if Rosanna Pansino, Joey Graceffa, I didn't just say her, I said Joey Graceffa, I said all the people that supported her for years, if they would come out and disavow her publicly and say that they stood with the victims, like that could really help the victims' stories. It could stop with them getting death threats if she cares so much about death threats. Which I don't think anybody deserves, not her or anybody. I've said that in multiple videos now. She could really help them. Joey Graceffa, if he really cared about that story or that situation, he could come out and disavow Colleen Ballinger. He already unfollowed her. So they're obviously not friends anymore, right? Or are they friends behind the scenes? He can't publicly do it. They can unfollow her on social media because that looks like they're not friends with her anymore. But can they come out in video and talk about it? Can you imagine if Joey Graceffa came out and, or Rosanna Pansino, or any of these people that were friends with Colleen for years and years and years and went to her parties and were in videos with her, the JoJo Siwa coming for the victims and calling them liars got such attention. Can you imagine if one of these people that was really close with Colleen came out and disavowed her? And actually, somebody left a comment on my video. I should have screenshot it, but I didn't. And they said, I can't believe it's so difficult for these people to come out and actually just address this and say, look, I was friends with Colleen for a long time. We had good times together. I mean, they literally scripted what they should say in the video. And I thought, this is like perfect what they could say, right? And say, hey, listen, it's been a long time. I should have come out a lot sooner and spoken about this. I didn't. I'm ashamed of myself. I was afraid to come out and talk. I didn't know what the reception would be. So many people were like, oh, they can't come out and talk because they'll be the reception that they'll get. What about the reception of the victims? You're worried about an influencer coming out and talking about the relationship with a predator, but you don't have a problem with the reception that the victims are getting? Where are your principles for all of you that left that? I'll leave your comments up. I don't have a problem leaving those comments up. Y'all are sitting there saying, well, she can't come out because she's going to get... Somebody accused me and said, what you are doing is worsening the situation with the victims because you coming so hard for Daniel Prada makes it so that Rosanna Pansino won't come out and talk about it. I said, you know what? It's hard to do the right thing. It fucking is, isn't it? It's hard to do the right thing. What do we teach our kids? To do the right thing. To not lie. I think we have learned probably everything that we need to know by the time that we're in kindergarten, okay? Y'all want to protect Rosanna Pansino and say that I was bashing her for being 38 years old and wanting to go to an amusement park, okay? Rosanna Pansino at 38 years old is also old enough to know to do the right thing and to stand on the right side. I am not sure that this is a situation that's really hard to figure out what the right side is to stand on when there is literally factual evidence out there. Okay? So I'm not really worried about Rosanna Pansino or Joey Graceffa or Daniel Prada or any of Colleen Ballinger's other friends or JoJo Siwa or any of them, okay? About the reception that they receive or how it's going to be viewed if they come out and speak about Colleen Ballinger. And what you're saying is, if they come out and speak against Colleen Ballinger at 38 years old, Joey Graceffa is 32 years old, okay? Then they're going to get such a negative backlash and they just can't handle that. But the victims who are all under the age of 21, okay? Adam McIntyre's 21, the rest of them are 18, 19 years old. They can handle it at that age. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you that much of a super fan of Colleen Ballinger that we have to defend her at any cost? Like, this is so sick to me, right? It's so sick to me to the point of, I feel like I'm getting in videos almost every single day and I'm talking about Colleen Ballinger and I'm talking about James Charles and nobody fucking cares. That's truly how I feel about it. I feel like about 30 to 40% of my audience is like, thank you, Peter, for continuing to talk about this. And I appreciate you guys saying that. I really do. There's a lot of comments that I get from people that they say, I'm really tired of hearing you talk about this. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of talking about it and it not meaning anything. You know? I'm tired. I feel so bad for the victims because they're literally shouting it at the mountaintops and nobody's listening anymore. And in all honesty, I know I said I was going to make a video about Colleen Ballinger every month going forward. I don't know that it's worth it to me. I think the story is important. And if anything new comes up, of course I will talk about it. And I hope I wake up tomorrow morning and I think to myself, no, Peter, just keep it up, right? But I feel like talking about this and nobody cares. People would rather, like, this is the conditioning of the world that we live in, right? Like, somebody said to me tonight on my video, they go, you're literally talking about this Colleen Ballinger bullshit and there's famine going on in the world. I'm like, so you don't think that I know about serious topics? I left a long comment. I was going to say nasty. It wasn't nasty. I left a long comment about it. And I said, I literally talk about addiction and recovery on a regular basis on my channel. I talk about families that are affected by it. I talk about people dying every 8 minutes from the opioid crisis. I talk about the fentanyl addiction. I talk about people dying from fentanyl overdoses. I talk about this being the United States of addiction. I talk about my recovery story. I talk about it a lot on my channel. I have people in recovery shout out in the comment section. Shout out Sober Fam, I say often. Shout out Sober Fam tonight. You know? I've made it my mission to share my story and plant the seed so that hopefully one person might hear my story and get sober over that. You want to come to my channel because I have an opinion about somebody that is supporting a predator by not speaking out about that, and their silence speaks volumes, and throw it in my face that people are dying of starvation in this world as if I didn't know that. And I have literally made it my mission on my channel to talk about the importance of addiction and recovery. Do you hear Shane Dawson talking about important issues? Do you hear Jeffree Star talking about important issues? Do you hear any of these people talking about important issues? Are you going over to their channels and telling them what they should talk about? That James Powell, while you're all kissing his ass to the people that do, reading his comments and saying, I'm reading his comments and everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe this pallet. This pallet's most split. Are you guys sitting over there saying what we need in the world is not another fucking pallet? Maybe you should put some money into some causes out there since you have hurt the world? Is anybody saying that? No. Everybody's over there like, oh my God, I can't believe that James Charles released another pallet. And the rest of the world is like, how does James Charles even have the ability to release a pallet? Because we didn't hold people like Rosanna Pansino accountable that did a video with James Charles right after the Vice Sister situation happened. And you want to know why I'm pissed. And you want to know why I'm questioning not talking about it anymore. Because what's the fucking point? I stand up for myself because my entire life, this wasn't a decision that I just literally woke up one day and like, I'm going to stand up for myself and start saying fucking every video and fuck you and all this kind of stuff. It wasn't about that. People have been so kind in my videos and my comment sections for years. People have been so nice. 90% of the people that watch my videos, probably more than that, are just undying love, okay? And you guys have no idea how much I appreciate it. For example, let me read you this comment that was on my video tonight. Somebody said, well, first of all, this one was interesting. Somebody said, why is it that other drama commentary channels can say the same things and not get any heat for it, but when Peter does it, it's the end of the world? This person responded and said, I know, what the fuck? Somebody said, for real, that bothers me so much. There are literally other drama commentary channels on YouTube that cover celebrities, YouTubers, but for some reason when Peter covers them, they go into defense mode. It's truly annoying. The exact reason why his standing up for himself version is the best version he could ever give us. Somebody said, because I'm the GOAT. I appreciate that. Then somebody said, it's because Peter cares about the truth, and there are people whose job it is to try and blur what the truth, narrative, etc. is so that he isn't trusted. That's the game now, as I have observed so far. It's why we have to keep talking, because if we shut up, they can pretend like nothing happened and act as if victims weren't hurt by a predator. And you know what? I so appreciate that statement. I really do. But this is why I stopped going to my teacher and telling her about the bullies. Because they would say things to me like, what are you doing to provoke it? And people want to know why I don't stop talking about this, because it still affects me today. And I'm literally standing there at 6 years old, right? In these little corduroy pants, and this flannel shirt that my mom picked out for me, right? Because she didn't know any of this was going on with me at school. And I'm standing there with this little haircut, look at this teacher, just hoping for any kind of love or support, you know? And she's looking at me, and she's asking me what I'm doing to provoke the other boys for calling me names. Well, you know what? To that teacher, get fucked. Get fucked. I never deserved to go through that. In kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. And I still deal with it today. But at some point, it gets tiring to have to stand up for yourself all the time. No matter if it is the right thing to do. I felt empowered at first. I don't anymore. I feel like people don't like me empowered. I feel like there are a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people that have watched my channels for a long time. Because they say it and I check. And they'll say, I've watched your video for a long time and I look. And they've left me comments for years. But your tone has changed, Peter. And I just can't hear you this way anymore. And you're telling people to get fucked and blah, 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 whatever, right? It's like in the movie Thelma and Louise. And she says, Thelma says, I can't go back. Something's changed in me and I can't go back, right? And that's how I feel. I know there are people out there that want me to crawl in a box and be quieter and present and say, yeah, I like to give 8 and 9 and 20 chances, which I do. It's one of my downfalls, right? But like a comment that I left today, somebody said, well, one of the reasons I think people are upset with you is because you gave Christy so many chances. No, I didn't. I came right out of the gate for Christy. That's a poor excuse to use, okay? And Jeffrey and all these people, you gave them multiple chances. Well, you know what? Rosanna Pansino's fucking 38 years old, okay? If you guys want to say that a fucking 38-year-old can like whatever she wants to like, when I didn't even say that to the contrary in my video, then a fucking 38-year-old shouldn't be having to give a bunch of warnings for something that should be taken serious the first time that she heard it. I don't need to give her a bunch of warnings and I don't need to wait. It's literally been months and she's never spoken about that. And whether she's being told not to, people are like, oh, there's an NDA, that's why she's not speaking about it. What fucking NDA did Rosanna Pansino sign with Colleen Ballinger that said she couldn't talk about sexual allegations with minors? If Rosanna Pansino signed any NDA that said that, because it would specifically have to say that. If she signed any NDA that indicated that, why would Colleen Ballinger have her sign an NDA to begin with? Are you guys not skeptical of these people that are having people sign NDAs? Do you not wonder why Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson have everybody sign NDAs? Do you not wonder what it is that they're saying behind the scenes that they wouldn't want people to repeat? I've met YouTubers. I've met people. I don't have them sign NDAs. Trish Paytas never had me sign an NDA. Amelia Fart never had me sign an NDA. Lori Lane never had me sign an NDA. Psychic Twins never had me sign an NDA. I've never had anybody ask me to sign an NDA. I wouldn't fucking sign an NDA. That would be when the conversation would stop. Okay? What are these people having people sign NDAs for so quickly? What are you so worried that's going to come out of your mouth? Okay? So people want to speculate that Rosanna Pansino had to sign an NDA with Colleen Ballinger even makes the situation worse than it already is. But I'm the bad person for it, right? And all these other people can say stuff about it, but when Peter Monn says it, then y'all can come for me and call me all kinds of horrific names. You didn't call me an asshole. I can handle that. You called me a misogynist. But when I say that people are ageist, just nobody fucking cares, right? That's a joke to people when I say that they're ageist. And I have proof to back it up. That's a fucking joke. When people literally body shame me in videos, okay? With their titles and things that they put up there. They literally body shame me in videos. Nobody fucking has an issue with that. I don't understand it. I really don't, okay? So I'm kind of done standing up for myself. I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over talking about all these predator protectors. I'm kind of at the point, to be honest with you, like, if it's not making a dent in anything anyway, I mean, I might get a comment on every other video now where people will say, somebody will say, like, I'm really happy that you brought this to my... I mean, I always get a lot of comments. People are like, thank you for continuing to talk about this and whatever. I get a lot of those comments, right? But I think the majority of the people that watch my videos already know what I think. And they're like, somebody asked me tonight what I thought about Heidi Klum inviting James Charles to a Halloween party. I said, what do you think I think? I think it's bullshit. She's a predator protector. Why was it so important for Heidi Klum to invite her there? She's got kids. Fuck you, Heidi Klum, for inviting James Charles. You are literally giving him clout. You guys don't understand. You don't see how this works? That people are going to be like, oh, James Charles is at Heidi Klum's Halloween party. She always has this big Halloween party. So that must mean that Heidi Klum thinks that he's okay. If she thinks he's okay, I know the Germans are going crazy because they're like, well, Heidi Klum's a piece of shit anyway. Every time I talk about her in video, people always tell me that. They're like, we're from Germany and we don't like Heidi Klum. I'm like, well, okay. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just telling you the comments that I get. Before you want to come for me, I'm just telling you what people have said to me previously in the comment sections. Men and women have said that to me about Heidi Klum. I don't know. I only know is about her. I watched her in Project Runway and I watched her in fashion shows back in the day. What do you think I think about her? What do you think about her? Are all of you unwilling to follow all these people and stop supporting them and buying their products? Because until people do, it doesn't really make a difference. Does it really make a difference if I'm talking about it in these videos anymore? Does it really matter if I'm calling all these people out as predator protectors? What does that even mean? It's so... People are so immune to that word anymore. They don't even really fucking care. Robbie D. Christie, the last person I thought had some integrity on YouTube, she won't even address the situation. Like, seriously? She got called out by multiple people. Magazine articles were written about her association with James Charles. She never came out and talked about it. I thought she had integrity. I think Christy is shit, is what I think, okay? So you want to know what I really think about these people? I think they're shit. I think they have no integrity. I think they only care about their views and their money, and I proved that with Rosanna Pansino, and you all couldn't handle it and said, well, what's wrong with it? She's doing a video for views. Let everybody do that for views. Do they? So she picks topics and edits for views. Do other YouTubers do that? Does Shane Dawson do that? Does Mr. Beast do that? Does Rylan Adams do that? Does Jeffree Star do that? Is it an issue when some of them do and some of them don't? We take issue with it. We don't take issue when other ones do. Why? Because of our love for those people? So I'm kind of at the point where it's like, what's the point in even calling out these people anymore? You, in all honesty, the video that I was going to make for tomorrow, I didn't plan on making a video tonight. I didn't. I just got done watching Big Brother and Below Deck Mediterranean. I was going to watch Survivor and Amazing Race. I wasn't going to make this fucking video tonight. But I was like, no, I got to share what's on my mind because I'm upset about this. I'm upset that I'm talking about something that I think is important and I'm literally being dragged for it. Which, you know, like, that's nothing new to me. Like, somebody even said to me tonight, Peter, let's be honest. You said in your video you were raised by a single mother. You weren't raised by a single mother. You said that your dad was very present in your life. My parents were divorced when I was 6 years old, okay? My mother had primary custody. I lived with my mother the majority of my time, okay? My dad was very present in my life, and my parents co-parented amazingly. I'm so grateful for that. But I saw my dad on Wednesdays and every other weekend. My mother was a single fucking mother. You tell that out there to the women who have primary custody, okay? That are putting their kids down to bed every single night and putting them on the kitchen table to do homework. You tell them they're not single mothers. I was raised by a proud, single, feminist mother that was an activist till the day that she fucking died. And what my mother would tell me right now is, you keep fighting the good fight. Because you know, if you fight the good fight, there are always going to be people that are going to want to keep you down. Because they can't handle the truth about the things that you are saying, and so they want to put you down. They want to put you down, and that's how they silence you. And I know that, and I know that's the truth. And that's fucking with me real hard in my head. Because I feel like the right thing to do is to continue to talk about it. But even when I make a fun video anymore, something funny, people are still upset about it. Because I'm the one that's known for calling people predator protectors. Jeffree Star literally just said it in a video the other day. People thought it was funny. I say it, and it's like, how dare you talk about this person? You're mean. Nobody's calling Jeffree Star mean. He's getting applauded for it. Marlene Estelle said it. She originated the term. Nobody's coming for her saying anything about it. Peter Monn's mean when I say it. Basic human decency. I didn't even have the ability to give her basic human decency is what I was told in the comment today, right? So I was talking about how people say that I don't. This is going to stop in just a second. So hold on. Can't believe I've gone an hour already. So I was saying that, you know, people say that I don't ever read nice comments in my videos. So this person left a really nice comment from me. This is from M. And she said, I can attest to the fact. I mean, this really just sent me into tears. And this is really why I made the video tonight. She said, I can attest to the fact that you definitely do read nice comments that people leave you. A few years ago, I left you a comment about Halloween and how I love it because I love making costumes for my 3 nephews, and you made a whole video about it. You were so moved by my comment, and I was so moved that you would take the time to address it in such a sweet way. It made my day. So yes, Peter does address good comments and has been doing so for years. Somebody responded to this and said, amen to that. I had left a comment on a video almost 4 years ago, and Peter read it randomly the following day. He was so touched by it and giggled a little. I found Peter's channels out of the blue one day shortly after losing my sister to an overdose. I'm so sorry. I wish I had found him sooner because I learned so much about addiction from him and feel like I had that information sooner. I could have been a better sister. We do the best we can, sweetheart. We do the best we can. But it also helped me understand the mentality of an addict, and it's never too late to have empathy or sympathy. He's an amazing example of growth. Somebody said, I agree, but let's be real. The positive comments ain't as fun to watch Peter respond to, or am I just super toxic? Somebody said, oh, I'm so sorry about your sister to this person. Somebody said, LOL, no, it's fun to watch Peter get sassy, but it's very touching when he reads a comment that you took your time to write for him. I may get heated and passionate about people coming for me in comments and saying things that aren't true. But those are the comments that make me make videos. I don't need a comment section filled with kiss-assy comments, okay? But I do my best every day to bring some people enjoyment, to make them think deeper about things. Sometimes to flip a fan, sometimes to be serious. I try to do it on at least one of my channels every single day. I don't even remember the video that she's talking about. I mean, I really don't, you know? And, I feel so blessed to be able to do this, but in all honesty, I started standing up for myself for the one person out there that couldn't. And I even got some comments tonight in my video that people said, I so appreciate you standing up for yourself because I've been a doormat all my life. And you've taught me that it's okay to stand up for myself. That's the reason why I did it. Not to yell at a bunch of influencers. Not to come across as being the nastiest human being in the entire world or whatever. I did it because I wanted to be an example to other people that they could do it. Because for so long I didn't feel like I could. And I'm not really necessarily sure that I do feel like I can sometimes. Sometimes it's really hard. But I feel like I have to keep on doing it. And I haven't made any kind of decision up yet. I don't know if I want to continue to talk about this stuff, and I don't know that I want to keep on standing up for myself. I hope that when I wake up tomorrow, I feel a certain way about it. I'll pray on it tonight. And I hope that when I wake up tomorrow, I think in my heart, your mother would want you to do the right thing and continue to talk about these things. And you got to keep on fucking standing up for yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will. And it just doesn't feel or hit the same way when somebody else stands up for you, you know? You know, somebody said to me, Rosanna Pansino had all these accomplishments. She wrote books. She had TV shows. And I'm like, yeah, and she's never spoken out about Colleen Ballinger for whatever reason. NDAs, people telling her not to. She's worried about the response. I've had to address things that I was worried about the response. I don't know how she's any different to it. But her protection of Colleen's going to allow Colleen to have a continued career on YouTube, just the way that people protecting James Charles has allowed him to come out with a new palette today. So you tell me what to do. Do I keep standing up for myself? Do I shut my mouth and be silent? Do I keep on calling people out? Or do I crawl back into that box and be quiet? Because right now, I just don't know. I know what my heart and my head are telling me, but I just don't know what's right. I just don't know what's right. I'm going to sleep on it. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.